Hello, my dear students. Welcome to my physics class. This is Russell sir in physics class with the topic reflection of light. Today, we'll discuss about the reflection of light, laws of reflection of light, types of reflection of light. First of all, let us know light. Light, when hit on a surface, it bounces back. And this phenomenon is called the reflection of light. Light rays, when light rays hit any surface, it bounces back to the same medium. And this phenomenon is called the reflection of light. Now, whenever we talk about the reflection of light, first of all, the mirror become in front of us. So suppose this is a mirror. This is a plane mirror, and this is an incident ray strike in this point. So this point is called the point of incidence, and this ray is called the incident ray. And after hitting the surface in this point, the light ray reflected, and this ray is called the reflected ray. Now, in the point of incidence, we imagine a perpendicular line called normal. It is needed to measure the angle of incidence and angle of reflection. Angle makes by the incident ray with the normal is called the angle of incidence, denoted by I. And angle made by the reflected ray with the normal is called the angle of reflection, denoted by R. So, here a question arises: only mirror can reflect the light, or other objects around us also can reflect the light? The answer is, of course, yes. All the object reflects light. That is why we can see all the objects around us. Now, another question arises here, that all the object reflects light in the same manner? No. So it will discussed in the types of reflection. Now, first of all, let us discuss about the laws of reflection. There are two laws of reflection. There are two laws of reflection. First of all, the incident ray, reflected ray, and the normal all lie in the same plane. You see here, incident ray, reflected ray, and the normal, okay, in the point of incident, all are lie in the same plane. And the second law of reflection is very easy. The angle of incidence, I mean I, is always equal to the angle of reflection, I mean R. It means I is equal to R. You see here, if a light ray hit the surface and bounce back, I mean reflect, then the angle makes with the normal by the incident ray is 40 degree. Accordingly, the angle made by the reflected ray with the normal is also 40 degree. It means the angle of incidence and angle of reflection will be equal. Okay. This is the laws of reflection. Now, what we discussed before, all the objects don't reflect in the same manner, I mean in the same way. Reflection of light. Now we will discuss about the types of reflection. Basically, we know the types of reflection is two. I mean, there are two types of reflection. One is regular reflection, another one is irregular reflection. Today, I will tell you more one type of reflection, that is called the multiple reflection. I didn't write it here because it is not in your book. So, first of all, let us discuss about the regular reflection. Mirror or any highly polished surface is the example of regular reflector. And other object like walls, paper, curtains, you, me, all other objects, most of the objects around us is example of irregular reflectors. You see here, suppose it's a mirror or any highly polished surface. So you see here, light beam, parallel light beam, three of them I showed here. Three parallel light rays hits the surface and bounce back and reflected. You see, after reflection, the light rays remain parallel. So here, this type of reflection is called the regular reflection. And you see, in every case, if you imagine normal in the point of incidence, you will get the equal angle of incidence and equal angle of reflection. I mean, the second law of reflection. Now come to the second one, I mean, example of irregular reflection. Here you see a rough surface, suppose it's a paper. Though in blank eye or naked eye, paper seems to be polished surface, but actually it is not polished. It is rough surface. Here also I showed three light rays, parallel three light rays here I showed. You see, after hitting the surface, these three parallel light rays reflected in different ways. I mean, they scattered. They get scattered here. You see, getting scattered, they go different ways. They go different ways. So a question arises here. In case of rough surface, I mean, in case of irregular reflection, the laws of reflection is not followed? No, it is followed in every case. You see here, if you imagine the normal in every point of incidence, you will notice that in this case also, the angle of incidence and angle of reflection will be equal. It means the laws of reflection is always valid for regular reflection or irregular reflection. Either it is regular or irregular reflection, laws of reflection will be followed. So here we discussed the two types of reflection, regular and irregular. The mirror or any highly polished surface is the good example of regular reflection, and the rough surface, most of the other objects, is the example of irregular reflection. So mirror is the good or example of regular reflector, and other objects are example of irregular reflector. Now the third type of reflection, that is called the multiple reflection. When it occurs? Multiple reflection occurs when you see, when you go to the barber shop, when a barber put a small mirror behind you to show you the back of your head. In that case, you don't see only your back of your head. You see many images you see. So when two mirrors are placed such a way that one is parallel to others, then you will get the infinite numbers of images. So there is a very easy formula or an equation to determine the number of images in case of multiple reflection. Suppose Ni, number of images, is equal to 360 degree divided by angle between the mirrors minus 1. So as the angle between the mirrors is smaller, the number of images will increase, and if it becomes 0, angle between the mirrors becomes 0, I mean if the mirrors placed parallel to each other, then the number of images will be infinite. So today I hope you have learned a new type of reflection, that is multiple reflection. So as whenever we talk about the reflection of light, mirror comes in front of us. So that next class I will come with the mirror. I will discuss about the mirror, types of mirror I will discuss. Hope you will watch my next video also, and today I hope you enjoyed this class. So bye for today. Stay fine, stay blessed everybody. See you next class.